Nah, you could tell you have.
So this is Will Knight. We're back with another podcast, and I'm here at Adventures Tattoo getting my 7th or 8th tattoo done. I've been here 5 other times, and I received my tattoo from Iris, and he is absolutely brilliant on his artwork. However, I'm getting a different tattoo, and he recommended his co-worker and friend named Harley, who works with him. So, Harley, how's it going?
Good.
So, tell me about tattooing. How long you been doing it?
Just shy of about 18 years now.
And what made you get into it?
So, in high school, one of my friends came back from summer vacation, and his parents had signed for him to get a tattoo when he was 17. And it was this stupid, ugly, pudgy green gargoyle on his forearm. And I just thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And like, I had always enjoyed art, but I had intended to go into like zoology and herpetology.
Okay.
Out of high school and going to college for stuff like that. And I saw that stupid gargoyle, and I just completely changed my thought and my direction of what I wanted to do, and started focusing on art and learning about tattoos and stuff. And a year or two later, and that was what I was doing.
Okay, so right now I brought a tattoo, and I had my artwork done by Fine Arts Creation, Kathy Tebow, who lives in Virginia. And I wanted a phoenix, kind of like out of the Harry Potter type style phoenix. And I commissioned 2 other people, and I should have just went to Kathy right away because she nailed it right on the head. So Harley, I brought my artwork in, and can you just tell me the process, what you're doing right now?
So right now I'm just kind of putting the stencil on. You shave the leg, clean it up with some alcohol, and apply the stencil, just blotting off some of the extra stencil so you can see it a little easier and it doesn't smear as much when we're working. But just kind of getting you set up, giving myself a roadmap of where I'm going and what I'm doing. And then this way you get to see kind of a example of what it's going to be like before we actually get going.
Okay. So I'm going to pause it for a moment.
Yeah. Okay with me.
So Harley applied the stencil. I looked at it in the mirror, and it looks great. I chose a medium width and length, and now I changed my mind and I want it bigger. So Harley has some thoughts on that.
Yeah, not a problem. I mean, some artists I know aren't the biggest fans of changing or moving stencils, but if it takes me an hour to get my stencil right, or it takes me, 3, that's fine. It's permanent. If you want to see it somewhere different or you want to adjust it a little bit, this is the time to do it, and I don't mind doing that for you.
Okay, cool. So, Harley, tell me, like, you got started out of high school and you thinking it was really cool to do ink work on people. So how hard is it to put ink on dark-skinned people? I'm 6'4", 200, handsome man. So just kind of like to explain the process.
Honestly, it's not really much different depending on the skin tone. It's just the way that the color or the ink is viewed through the skin. Easiest way that I've found to explain how color works on skin of all types is that our skin's basically a window, right? The ink, the pigment, it's all sitting underneath our skin and we're seeing it through it. So effectively, the darker we are is like a tinted window.
Okay.
If you hold a picture up behind a tinted window, it darkens the whole image.
Okay. All right.
And effectively, that's how our skin works for a tattoo as well.
Okay.
It just darkens what we're perceiving because we're viewing it through the skin.
Okay. So right now he applied it. It's the wrong size that I want, or I chose a size, and I want it bigger. So now he's removing it and reapplying it so it could be a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
So Venture Tattoo is in Oak Park in Naperville. and they have some of the best tattoo artists around, and I love coming here. Like I stated before, I had 4 tattoos done here, and they're just all brilliant. Go back. Okay, so go ahead, Harley.
I think the longest stencil session I ever had with anybody was like 3.5 hours to get it in the right spot.
Really?
Yeah. It was a real big, burly dude with a muscular back, and we were doing a 2.5 foot tall cross.
Okay.
So getting it to run straight between the musculature and the back, and then the arms of the cross laying level as well. It was a challenge, but we got there.
So after that, how long was the tattoo session?
I think we did another like 3 hours worth of outlining, 4 hours worth of outlining. And then I didn't see him again for about another 6 years until we finished it with color.
Okay. All right. Wow. So my tattoos are all personal. I have my grandfather, my dad, and myself when I was like 12 years old. I have my sister on my arm who died in 2019. So and now I'm getting a Phoenix, which also in 2019 was like my rebirth because I had a kidney transplant. So that was my like second stage of life, starting all over again. So I find that I like to leave things in the past and don't like to talk about the past. However, my tattoos are very significant and have meaning to it. So, Harley, have you you've seen many tattoos done? Do you find that people come in with more personal style of tattoos?
Honestly, I think it's a pretty good mix across the board. I find a lot of times someone's first tattoo is almost always personal.
Yeah.
It makes it easier to commit to something permanently on the body if it has that meaning to it. But I find as people get more heavily tattooed, it starts to venture from this is meaningful for, reasons X, Y, whatever, to I just like it.
Yeah.
And I just think it looks cool.
Yeah.
Or I've got this space and I want to fill it. So it's really all across the board as to, what drives people to get tattooed and why they want them in the first place.
Okay.
I mean, I've tattooed a lady that was 78 for her first one, and it was
really
just her saying, "I'm gonna die soon, and this is something I wanted to do." It's like, oh shit, okay. She's like, "I got arrested last week. This is on my bucket list." I'm
wow.
like,
Okay.
You're just going through it, lady.
All right. So when I first walked in, it was my first time meeting Harley. We talked or chit-chatted on the phone and by text message through Instagram because I've done several tattoos at Venture Tattoo Studio before. So when I walked in, he was like a burst of energy. And I was like, I like this guy. He needs to be interviewed. So I actually called his boss, his owner, and I asked him if I could interview him for this podcast. And he goes, go for it.
Yeah.
So,
I don't mind.
All right. So we're going to get started on the Phoenix. And we'll see where it goes from there.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Harley.
Oh, anytime.
So, Harley, a couple things before we end this. Tell me your age and where you grew up at.
So I'm 36, be 37 in a month or two. And I've grown up in the Chicago suburbs my whole life. Grew up in North Riverside, moved to Brookfield, and been in the Brookfield area ever since. So.
Okay, and what advice do you give people who are getting their first tattoo versus their 5th or 6th tattoo?
I mean, regardless if it's your first, your 10th, 20th, whatever, good night's sleep, little bit of food, breakfast in the morning, and, just trying to relax while you're getting it. All those things make it easier for the body to handle and, just try not to let your nerves get to you, but just be excited about it.
Okay, and what advice that your parents ever gave you that's really significant to you?
Honestly, the golden rule. It's something that I was taught when I was a child, and it's It's the easiest thing to do to treat somebody how you want to be treated, whether it's passing someone on the street, it's a client you're meeting when they're walking in the door, just that common courtesy and respect to other people goes a long way.
All right. And Harley, just want to give you a plug for your artist or your Instagram. So you want to tell people where they can find you?
So Instagram is har_wars_tattoo. You can find me at the Venture Tattoo website. And that's about the places where I am.
All right, so good. We let Harley get to work on my tattoo, so we won't keep it her longer, so he won't charge me more. And I will talk to you guys later. Take care.